Hello, 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 hello. Hello to all of the viewers. Hello to all of the listeners, social media world, internet radio. Hello. Welcome to the grind behind the business. This is your girl, the host of The Grind, Beverly Francois Alston. Tonight I'm gonna go right into it. Tonight we got a special guest. We're a bit late. But of course, we're going to make room and we're going to do what we need to do. And our special guest tonight is here to talk to us about some a resource that will be available soon and for all folks, schools and stuff. And this is a great resource. And he's the founder. So we're going to introduce him. Tonight, we're going to introduce our special guest, Rashid Henry. Everyone, welcome. Welcome,
Hello.
sir. Welcome.
Thank you very very much. I appreciate
Welcome to the grind behind the business. I
I'm
know
so excited.
you.
Thank you for the invitation.
Yes, yes. Listen, it's been a crazy day. It was really crazy. It's rainy. It's been storming all morning and stuff. So I know everyone's been just trying to stay dry here in the Philadelphia area. But I'm so happy to have you on the show, on the grind. I know you are a busy man. You're always doing stuff. I mean, between the family and the business and everything else, I know you're a busy man. And so thank
I
you for taking the time tonight to be on the grind. So,
my,
before we even get into all of the things that all it's all about you tonight, but before we get into
mhm.
that, we normally just do the background check. And
Okay.
it's time for the background check. So, on the grind, we do this thing called the background check, in which I give you a year and you tell me what was going on during that year. There's a testimony or something that you want to remember, or just give us a info about whatever was going on that year. And tonight, your year that I've chosen for you, it's 2020. What were you
2020.
doing?
Okay.
Tell us something about that year. What was real? What stands out for you in 2020?
Besides COVID and being
Yes.
having to stand still on everything and not being able to come outside and not being able to do anything, but sit in the house and plan business and try to figure out ways to maneuver during, since everything was shut down. So that's
Yeah.
the first thing that comes to mind during 2020
Hmm.
for me, and trying to navigate through it because it was, with all the different scary things that were going on, and everybody was saying, the vaccines, and you can't take them, you can't take them. People really didn't know if somebody coughed on you, if it was safe or not. But for me, in that particular time, I was actually working in safety for the city of Philadelphia. So I was very well kept up to speed on everything that was going on around the country because I wore that title as the safety person for the city of Philadelphia. So,
Nice.
which was good. I actually administered tests to over 600 workers and tested people and made sure that people were safe to be able to travel and go in and out of the city of Philadelphia, mainly at the airport area.
Wow.
So that's
Wow.
what brings back to me how busy I was with the testing and dealing with all the employees and giving out the tests and making sure that everybody was safe around that time.
Yeah. Wow. I know it probably was so like, I know around that time a lot of people were anxious doing the test and doing all these extra stuff. But yeah, a lot of new
Yeah, we
things.
had to test every week, so it was a lot to keep up with the Excel spreadsheets and the testing and who was positive and who was negative, and telling folks that they couldn't come to work or they had to stay home if
Yeah.
they scored a certain way on the test. So it was a lot.
Now, just getting into your background, I know you worked
Mhm.
for the city. So tell us a little bit about that. You work for the city of Philadelphia.
Right.
You want to give us some background on
Yeah,
what you
my
did?
city. I sure can. It's a long journey. I was one of the few youth that started. I started working at the age of 15, and I started working with the city of Philadelphia at the age of 15
Mm,
through a program called Fill a Job for the
mm,
people who were around back then. So I did the Fill a Job thing for a few summers. I went to college as an intern. Did all 4 years as an intern with the city of Philadelphia. When I graduated, couldn't really find what I wanted to do, but the city actually asked me to come back on a 6 month type situation. So I came back working in the records department.
yeah.
Um, Working in the records department, I actually started one of my first businesses working in the records department, um, dealing with accidents and deeds and everything that people came down to City Hall to actually get. I figured that I can get it for them and charge them a smaller, a special rate and be able to do it quicker. So that started my first business actually actually off of working for the city of Philadelphia.
Got you.
And
Got
then
you.
from there, I went to the commerce department. Well, I started my business. I went to the commerce department. Is how I got into the business services for the city of Philadelphia people. And at that point, I was doing certification for MBE and WBE businesses who wanted to do business with the city of Philadelphia, a certification piece. And then I went out to the airport and started working in safety and also doing this the same kind of work, but more on a federal level. And when I was downtown, I was working on the city level. So the
Mm,
federal contracts are different than city contracts. But I was one of the few people who know how to do the MBE and WBE both on the federal
mm.
side and on the city side, which led into DEI. So that was the last title I held with DEI, and I kind of came away from all of that because Trump got hired, and I knew DEI was going out the window just like we did.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that's
Yes.
my city history.
Now, how? Just on your opinion, right? Your own personal opinion. How was it working for the city of Philadelphia, having to deal with businesses? Because you worked with the chamber with the commerce department, so you dealt a lot with
Correct.
businesses and stuff. Um,
Correct.
and being a founder now and having your businesses and stuff, what is your opinion based on how working in the commerce department for the city of Philadelphia? How?
Well, I'll say this: I only took the job with the commerce department because I was an entrepreneur before I took that job.
I got
Like I said, I started my own business, so I was out of the city of Philadelphia and working on my own for about 10 years. What actually brought me back to the city of Philadelphia, honestly, is that family. My son was being born in 2008, and I knew that I needed more from life.
you. Yeah.
So I took this job with the commerce department, and the only reason why I got that job was because my experience dealing with entrepreneurs and knowing and understanding how it is to need a contract and be able to put food on the table and be able to take care of your family. So I had that experience by being an entrepreneur all my life. So I was able to bring that same experience and help other business owners be able to get city contracts and put food on the table and be able to grow their business through that program, the certification program. So the program was intended to you start off as a consult as a I want to say consulting. You start off as a subcontractor, and then one day you actually grow and you're a prime. The prime actually hires the subcontractors on the bigger projects. So
Mm.
it was a growth. It was all about growth in this particular project, and I wanted to be in the front lines of that, helping other people that look like me be able to get those
Yeah.
contracts and grow their businesses and things of that nature.
Yeah, yeah, and it's so important that we do help the people that look like us, and strengthen our community. I know I'm a big advocate for that. I'm a big advocate for entrepreneurship in general, but just coming together and helping our community, it is so important. So that's awesome. That is so awesome. So now we're going to get into your business. Tap.
Well, that's what led me here.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I was going to end the story that way. Working in that office, I wanted to give back. When I was in my DEI position with the city of Philadelphia, I had been working on this project for
Mm,
about 3 years as a pilot program. And I wanted to give back. I wanted to do something for the youth. I wanted to do something with the city. I wanted to engage with the youth. 3 years ago, I guess about 3 years ago, I was working with some nonprofits, working with the youth and working with the bikes, the young youth and the bikes and
Yes.
riding bikes and so forth.
Yes.
So I
Yes.
so I started something with the youth with a riding program of riding through the city of Philadelphia, but safe riding, not doing all the crazy things that you see some of the kids doing on the street. So we started a safe riding program from downtown to West Philadelphia, where they have an actual track. It's called the pump track. That's a dirt track that kids can ride the track, and it's a safe environment. We used to do different type of hookups down there where the children would come down. We would do resources, give them free food. We would give them free bicycles. We would have raffles. We would do all these wonderful things just to engage the youth to keep them out of trouble. At the time, we were presented with a proposal from from Krasner's office to come up with
Mhm.
something that we can engage the youth, but also give them resources at the same time. So
Mhm.
from that idea, engaging the youth and resources, I came up with Tap and Connect Youth Services, where we came up with the bracelets that they actually had the technology on the bracelet, which I have right here. When
Yeah.
you tap the bracelet, it's going to take you to a resource page with all resources that are broken down with the nonprofits that are located in the city of Philadelphia, broken down to what the nonprofits actually what they actually do. So if you're in the youth business and you say you give out food or you have access to food, we have a button on there for food access. We have a button on there for if you need housing, education, jobs. Um, Lifelines to call if you actually if you need somebody to talk to for if you're thinking about harming yourself and things like
Mhm.
that. So we have a whole bunch of different resources that are categorized around the 18 to 26 target. And the reason why I picked 18 to 26 is because a lot of the kids, they the best way to, I guess, some of the things that are out there for the youth, they age out at 18 years old. We have a lot of youth that's actually on the streets and don't have jobs and they're homeless. So I wanted to try to tackle those folks and try to get in contact with those particular youth and let them know that it is help out there. We do have things that's out there and put them in connection with all the different resources that can help them get food, housing, education, legal aid, whatever that they may be looking for. We have resources on the braces that they can tap into and get the help that they need immediately.
Nice. Now, I know you had given sent me one, and
Yes.
I have my bracelet. I have my bracelet, and I
Yes.
really like it because it's light,
Mm-hmm.
and you have the tap and connect right here, which is like right to the
Correct.
front. And there's like a barcode, a QR code, and it's
Correct.
like really easy to place around your wrist. And
Correct.
after doing some research, because you know I'm going to research, I'm going to
Research.
after doing some research, I went on your website and I realized that it's connected to so many other important resources that are needed, especially when you're in college or you're just needing information. And even emergency contacts and emergency nonprofits and city office and different things that you're so connected to. So all of these different resources that are provided on the Tap and Connect, um, it's available for other people to just go on there and get access to. So I really do love this. But let me ask you this. Is this only
Mm-hmm.
available for your youth services, or is it something that you provide or can provide for other businesses? And if you can, how would someone incorporate that for their business?
Right now, because we're still under the pilot program umbrella, we're just doing it for ourselves. But what
Mm.
we're going to be doing, because when we ran our last pilot program, kind of before this pilot program, we were in other states and other cities. So
Yeah,
we're in other
yeah,
states and other cities that look like Philadelphia, and we're going
yeah.
to be going back to that We were in Atlanta, Richmond, San Diego,
Mm-hmm.
and North Carolina,
Mm.
and it worked well there. So that's when we brought it to Philadelphia. So we will be in the future. We will be engaging with different organizations that you can have a bracelet for your own organization. We were looking at doing something similar with the school district of Philadelphia
Oh,
and
wow.
possibly community college.
Yeah.
I've been talking with those two organizations to help me with these bracelets. And let me say this too. I didn't bring this up, but the bracelets are free. So I want to tone in on that we give these bracelets out for free. We're a nonprofit. So the whole our purpose is to be able to gather funds through donations or partnerships where we can gather money and get money, or even if we're trying to sell things and do things to be able to get the money to be able to buy more braces. The whole intention is to buy more braces so we can give out to the youth for free. So
Mm.
we do that through donations, we do that through grants, we do that through fundraisers. We're just no different than any other nonprofit that's out there, but all funds raised or that we collect actually goes to for us to be able to buy more braces so we can give them out throughout the city of Philadelphia. We
Yeah.
have over 90,000 youth in the city of Philadelphia. I just got a grant not too long ago, but it's not enough money for me to cover the entire
Yeah.
blanket the entire city. So right now we're working on West Philadelphia, and then we plan on going to the citywide and tackling citywide to go to try to get all the organizations that we can to tap in with those organizations and give those youth braces for free.
I like.
And every day, my job is to make that bracelet actually stronger. So we are partnering up with different organizations. Like one of the organizations that we partner up with is Connect You. This is a button at the bottom of the bracelet, and that's actually Curtis Jones, our council person for the West Philly district.
Yeah.
We partnered up with him, and we added his resource site on there as well. Now, his resources are a little bit different than ours. Some of them do cover almost the same, but he's more about utilities, things for people in the city, elders, and things like that, that you can get the resources to help you with LIHEAP and different programs
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
discounts and if you need food and things of that nature. So we are making the bracelet stronger and stronger as we as we develop it and as we build it out.
Mm.
Another thing that I'm actually doing, Beverly, right now that I come to realize is that we need engagement on the bracelet, and I call
I-
it youth engagement. And
Mm.
the youth engagement, I realize, is that we want people to be able to tap into these bracelets and not just use it when they come across something, they have an emergency and they can't find it, but to keep it on at all times. So what we're doing, we're building a point system, a reward system that's attached to the bracelet that if you log into the bracelet or tap the bracelet, you get a certain amount of points. And we're going to have raffles and give away gift cards and things like that just to keep people engaged, and to maybe some of the nonprofits that we're dealing with, if they want to donate gift cards to us so we can use that to engage the youth, just so they can have the bracelet on when these emergencies actually occur. So we're actively working on the rewards program too, just to keep the engagement going as well, and figuring out what can we give the youth to
Mm.
help the youth, if it's gift cards to get them to get books or whatever that they may need. We want to target, like I said, the 18 to 26. So we're getting specialty gift cards, and we're actually getting money gift cards because we know everybody likes money. So you can
That's
do anything
right.
you would like to do with the gift
Hey,
cards, right?
hey.
So that's what we're doing. And we're just trying to build a system. We're trying to help the youth. We're just trying to get really involved in the city of Philadelphia. Um, my partner grew up here. I'm from Philadelphia also. So
Yeah.
we listen to the news, we hear the radio stations. We're out there in the streets. We see how bad it is. We're talking to the youth. We see that the help that they actually could use. So that's why we're here. And it's a nonprofit. I don't take anything from this. It's just something that I want to do from my heart to give back. And
Oh,
that's why I'm here.
yes. Look, listen, kudos to you, sir. Kudos to
Thank you.
you. It's you don't get a lot of nonprofits out there trying to help out the youths, the young adults, I should say.
Mm.
That class of individual tends to be a tough group of individuals, and people tend to stray away from them, especially when it comes to nonprofit. But I think this is such something that's really great, because what I do see is the students having resources for whatever, because right now, presently, the economy, between the economy, student loans, all these different things, these students are going through a lot of mental and physical things that they need resources at their fingertips. So what this does is it allows them to have that, especially when it comes to mental health, counseling, just food, shelter.
Correct.
A lot of these students who are in college, especially community college, right? They
Mhm.
need the resources, and I think what this will do and bring to the table is provide the resources like at their fingertips. So this is a really awesome thing. So
Yes, and that was the whole objective. We actually added since you brought up community, we added a safety college safety button on it. So if you click that button, it's going to give you safety at community, LaSalle, Drexel University, St. Joe's, and those places too. So we just picked up their campus websites for safety and the protocols for safety.
yeah,
So if any are people that we deal with for the braces, if they are in those universities and they need that help, they can tap right into their college pages as well. And we're
oh,
trying to work with those universities too to
yeah,
uh, be able to talk to the students. It's just so many different protocols because we have so many things in place
yeah,
with what's the best word, securities, and everybody's want to be secure with data and information and things like that. So I get it. So we're being vetted by these organizations, community college and school district and other universities, just as we're vetting the people that we have on the braces as well. So and that's where we're going also, just to throw it out there. We are vetting some of the organizations that we have on there because we have to, because if not, if people don't do what they say that they actually do, then that would get us in trouble. So we want to make sure that we're vetting all the people that's on the race, we're dealing with them, and we have a system in place to actually vet them now. And some of the buttons we actually took off, Beverly, the ones that would kind of put us in a pickle, but we're going to be bringing some of those buttons back after we vet
nice,
some of these companies. That's why it's crucial that we're able to get donations and be able to fundraise and get money so we can hire the right people to do the vetting, hire the right people to help us with the distribution, and hire the right people to bring in more money so we can give out
yeah.
more braces.
No, that is awesome. Now, for the viewers, the listeners, anybody out there who's hearing this, now this is an awesome resource that he's providing to the community, to these young adults, kids that are in college. And I know many of you have students, kids who are going to college presently. And I know this would be an awesome resource that you would want your child or your cousin or your uncle, or your whomever to have. So if you are in that situation where you can donate, this is an awesome time to reach out to him and give a donation. Now, I wanted to ask you about the whole process, right? In you building up this nonprofit, just for a generalized information, because nonprofits aren't easy. I tell people, anyone who I'm interviewing who has a nonprofit and a founder of a nonprofit, I often say to them that it's not an easy road having or being a director over a nonprofit. Um, just for sake of anyone who's listening and may want to start a nonprofit, what are some things that you saw in starting this nonprofit that you won't do again, or mistakes that you made that you can make, give an advice to someone about nonprofit?
I would say just having just I'm a person that has a background on corporations, as
Hmm.
I just talked about working with the city. So I
Working
have
with
a
commerce, right?
So I know all about that. I didn't know a lot about nonprofits and how they're structured and actually how they work. So I'm currently taking classes on the benefits of the nonprofit and how to structure and work a nonprofit. I'm also I had to align myself with people that could help me with getting grants and understanding how to apply for the right grants and and not get denied. And that goes back to just having your paperwork right. So a lot of things I did, I guess, not in the right order per
Mm.
se because I was learning. I was kind of learning as I went along. But I have a very, I learned quickly. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
and I'm good at meeting people. So I met the right people that would put me on the right road to help me. But if I could do it differently, I would probably have some of my paperwork and my boards and all those kind of people already lined up, so I could just hit the ground running. I'm still dealing with the board. I had the board, but I didn't have it when I started the business. So I actually have a board, and I have two boards actually.
Mm, mm, nice.
Um, serve for two different purposes,
Mm,
but it's all about helping tap and connect, grow, and having the right people that you're aligned with too, Beverly, in your organization that's on your board. So, for example, I'm dealing with youth, so
yeah,
you would think that okay, well, who would sit on this guy board? So I have lawyers on my board. I have people that are in daycare on the board,
yeah,
people that are that know how to get to, I'll just say, get to the money type people
yeah,
that's actually
yeah.
sitting on
You
the board.
need that.
Right. You need these kind of people to make things work and make things click because it can't always be about the founder or the president. You have to have active people working on the board in your place when you're not there or behind the scenes and helping you get in the rooms that I may not be able to get into.
Yeah,
And I also went out and I bought a book. I don't know the name of the book, but the book talks about how a board works and the structure of it
yeah,
and how you bring things to the table, second things, just the whole structure of the board. So I had to read books like that. And like I said, I joined some of these different organizations and some of these training classes to learn how to actually structure and what I should be doing and also not to get yourself in trouble too. Because
mm,
you will
mm,
get audited and what you can do and what you can't do. Some of the things you think you can do, but you sometimes you can't. It's different in a corporation when you kind of run things on your own. But when you're running with a nonprofit and you have a board, everything has to be go through the board. And that's
mm.
something that I wasn't used to. I was used to making all the decisions, or me and my partner making all the decisions for the company. This is a lot different. Everybody on the board has to vote on anything that I would like to do or anything that gets done.
Yeah.
So that's the difference. And that's what I'm learning. And that's what I had to learn that I didn't know before I got into this business.
Nice, nice, nice. It's yeah, the board plays a huge part. I don't think a lot of people think about it until they actually start and they realize how big the board is, and it's so important that you have the right board members because um you'll be out there doing the work by yourself and
And I'm gonna
stuck by yourself.
add on bylaws. Bylaws are very, very important too.
Yeah.
Some people, hey, when I started this, oh, you can go online and Google some bylaws and just print them out and just that's your bylaws. That's not what you want to do. You want
That's
to have
not,
bylaws
oh
specific to your.
yeah.
Tell you why. You can have bylaws that's just that you didn't really put any meat into or anything into, and as the business grows and becomes successful, your board can actually push you out as the founder. And if you don't have something
Say
in
that
place to say
again.
that
I
the
need
founder
for you
can't
to
be pushed out,
say that again. And see, you've worked in the commerce department and for the city of Philadelphia. So you understand that. And when I tell my clients that, they don't understand how deep it is. They can kick you
mhm.
out of the board. Say that again.
Yeah,
And can
it's
you
something that you
explain to them
started.
how? Yes.
Yeah, something you started, put all the nuts and bolts and all the hard work and sweat and equity and all of that into it, and you brought these people on to help you, but you're the founder. But if they don't agree to what you're doing and they don't like what you're doing, or just say they just don't like you, they can vote you out if the bylaws are supposed to protect or are basically the rules and regulations of the company. I don't
Yeah.
say regulation, I'll say rules of the company
Yeah.
and how things should actually work. And if you don't put something in there or a line in there or something in there to protect yourself as the founder, you can get voted out and pushed out of your own
Mm.
company. And that happens more than you would think that it would, but it does happen.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wow, wow. That's good. That's good. So you guys are listening. Pay attention now. Pay attention. He's talking serious things here. Because I know a lot of people want to start their ministry. They may want to, have a passion or something that they want to pursue. And it's really good to have a nonprofit because it takes passion, it takes determination, it takes a lot of that to push to do something for a good cause as a nonprofit. But it is so important that you know how to structure the organization and how to set it up to cover yourself, to cover moving forward, just working things out for the whole nonprofit in itself. But it sounds to me like you got it together. Things are working out. So when can we
I wouldn't
expect
say
to
that,
start
Beverly,
seeing
but
this?
I'm doing okay. I don't have it all figured out, but I'm working on it. I don't have it all figured
you,
out by
you
far.
get in there. You get in there. You get in there. But that's good. That's still something, right? Now, when can we kind of look forward to um seeing this the tap and connect coming out,
Well,
or when can
we're out
individuals,
there.
yeah,
We are out there. We're
okay,
just rolling out things slowly because of a couple of different things. We want to just roll out because also this is a data driven bracelet as well.
yeah,
The data helps us be able, it allows us and shows us where we, shows my organization where we need to be and how we need to kind of structure everything out based off some of the data. Now, when I say data, we're not getting anybody's social security number. We're not getting your first and last name or anything like that. But if you tap a bracelet and you're at City Hall or say a Broaden Market, I mean, on Market Street
yeah,
downtown, 15th and Market,
yeah.
it would tell me that somebody tapped their bracelet at 15th and Market and say they clicked the food resources because they were looking for food, and that's about all
Wow.
that's going to tell me. But if I pass out, for example, 200 bracelets and say 50% of that, 100 folks are tapping into these different resources in there in different places around the city, and I can show that to some of my sponsors and show me some of the people that actually help me in the organization. Then with that data, we're able to go further with that data because what it shows is that this works, that this is actually working. The youth are actually tapping in. They're
Mm,
using the resources. This is something that we can invest into
mhm,
and
mhm.
actually help and play our part in the help. And we also have a spot on the bracelet that we highlight our sponsors at the bottom too. We do have a spot there where we can highlight our sponsors and people and partners that actually help us, so to let people know we're not doing this by ourselves. We do have the community, we do have some of the corporations, and we do have city government in the background pushing and helping us along to help make this an achievable bracelet and make this something that's not going to just be here today and going tomorrow.
Gone
We plan on
tomorrow.
a city
Yeah.
that looks like Philadelphia, but Philadelphia is the blueprint, and then we can go to other cities and do the same thing and help youth across the world. So that's the plan.
Man, I am so grateful for you starting this nonprofit and for providing the resources needed for students, and I'm sure other people throughout the city of Philadelphia soon. And I am really excited. Now, let's talk about how can people get in touch with you now. I know that you have a website, and I have been just putting out your website, but how can people get in touch with you? Is there an email? Is there a phone number? Would they have to go on the website in order to reach out to you? What's a good way that
Well, these
folks can
these
reach
are
out?
the two biggest things that I get within this business. Like you just said, how do I contact you, and
Mm-hmm,
how can I get my organization on the bracelet?
mm-hmm,
So number one, I have an email. Well, the website is www.tapandconnect.org.
mm-hmm.
My email address is tapandconnectorg@gmail.com. For the folks that want to get in our directory with their business, if they fit one of the categories that we have listed on our welcome page, we
Mm-hmm.
have a button at the bottom of the site. I believe it's on the full website that you can add yourself to the directory. It is free. Is one you get to pick one one spot. So if you do clothing and you feed children, we're just going to give you one spot. So you have to pick either food or you have to put something like clothing. But we're going to give you that one spot and actually allow you to add yourself to the directory. And we actually may even reach out to you for information. If you're a nonprofit, you should have the right criteria and information. So we may have to ask you for that too, to upload that to us, just so if anybody asks, we can say that we vetted you and you are who you say that you are. So, but those are the main three questions that I get. How do I get on the directory? How do I contact you? And email always works best. And there is a contact form on the website also that you can leave what you want and hit us, get in contact with us that way as well.
Yeah, because I can
And
see this.
we're on social media.
No, this is something great because I can see this being something like, remember when we had, I don't know if they still have them, but the yellow pages and the
Mhm.
white pages,
Right,
and when it was
right,
personal, when it was business. What this reminds me of is having resources, nonprofits, and other important resources at the fingertips, like the pages, for
right,
people to just tap and just, it's in one central place
correct.
available for who needs
And
it.
then, and let me add this to it. If I didn't say this, I need to say this too. I have another company that's a for-profit called Music Notch, which you know of.
Yeah,
So Music Notch has a link tree. Most people are familiar with link tree.
yeah.
It's been around for a while. It goes in your bio, in your on your Instagram and things like that. So we built our own link tree. So it's called Music Notch Links, and the
Mhm.
bracelet is actually built on my platform, my link platform, to be able to do everything that we're doing. So we actually we used the technology is called NFC. If people are wondering what NFC is, that's near field communication. Near field communication is no different than if you have Apple Pay or Google Pay or Samsung Pay and you're tapping the registers and it's allowing you to make the payment. We just manipulated the chip and allowed it to give us resources and help us with the data and the resources to be able to help the youth. But I just wanted to explain what kind of data that we're using. And the platform that we actually built this bracelet on is the platform that we actually have on our own called Music Notch Links. And if people are interested in doing something similar, we offer this for free to end users to be able to do something similar. That's what we've done at musicnotchlinks.com. So I wanted to say that because people wonder, well, can I do something similar? Yes, you can go to musicnotchlinks.com and sign up. It's free, and it allows you to do similar things with links.
With the links.
We can have video backgrounds. We can have different button kind of links. We can do all kind of things. You can get really creative with that site, and you can put it on a bracelet, or you can actually put it on a card, actual card. So I wanted to. I'm glad I brought up that. So we actually have Tap and Connect cards too, Beverly, to go along with the bracelets. Sometimes people
Nice.
don't want to always wear a bracelet, so we
No.
have the
Yeah.
MasterCard has
For
the
the
QR
fashion,
code.
for the fashionistas.
Right. So you can tap this card the same way with your
Yeah.
phone.
Uh-huh.
Um, Maybe I can demonstrate since I have my phone here,
Yeah.
and it's going to do the same exact thing as the bracelet. So you're going to tap it here like
Right.
that, and what it's going to do is bring the exact site up that you've been showing. So I can get that straight here.
Wow.
It's
So
going to bring
it's
it. So it's that easy.
which is even better than the QR code because with the QR code, what I see being a problem oftentimes is
Mhm.
people can't scan their own QR code on their phone. So with this the card, and you just tap it on the phone, and it scans and
Correct.
it brings up whatever it needs to. I know for me, I spoke to you about this, and I do want to use this because I see this being not just something that's great for, the resources that you are providing under your nonprofit, but for businesses as well. Because as you grow in your business, you want to provide specific things and you want specific things to stand out
Right.
when you do introduce yourself, and sometimes you don't even have that time to give people information. So with that, you tap and you go. And I always tell people, when you do meet folks, we are our own marketers. um Wherever we go, we're marketing, right? So sometimes you have just about 5 to 6 minutes to explain the business. So with the tap and go, that provides gives you a really great spin-off for doing something like that, or explaining the
Well,
business where people can just tap and see what it is.
well, well, we had that too. I wasn't gonna. That's a different company, but music match is a
You
promotion.
said all of it,
I'll get into.
right?
Yeah, so Music Match is a promotion and marketing company.
Yeah.
Marketing and promotion. Exactly what you just said. We actually
Yes.
have a product that actually does that. When you walk around, so I do it with artists more than I do it with just regular business and people. But when you're
Uh,
walking around, when you have a card like this, when people ask you like, "Who are you and what you do?" and you only have that couple of seconds to talk about everything you do, you just pull out your card and you tap the phone, and it's going to give you all the information pertaining to the business, from your contact to your email to
yeah.
your Google to your address to your website, any
Yeah.
link that you want on it. And it's built through that Music Notch link site that I just talked about. But any link
Nice.
that you want on there, you can actually put on there. And for the people who don't really want to get into, I'll say the who want to get dirty and get into the grassroots of it all, we do actually do that for them for a fee. So if people can contact us and say, "Hey, I want one of those custom
Nice.
cards," people
Nice.
can I can walk around and just tap, and people can get in contact with me. We can build you a card like that for your business, or if you're a music artist and you just want to brand yourself and brand what you're doing. We do have personalized cards that you can walk around with and just tap and go. And that's
Nice.
basically.
No, this is awesome. So I hope anyone who's listening out there, businesses, nonprofit, resources, this is your guide to help as far as helping you market your product, helping you market your business, helping you market. So they're not just providing the resources with the tap and connect, but they're also will help you market your product in a more
What's
efficient way.
correct? And what's a good marketing and promotions team without a street team? So we're currently building a street team up too. For any businesses who want to get involved with our street team,
Nice.
or get their information to us, we can actually help market your whatever you're doing. We come up with we start campaigns built around the cards and whatever your product and services. We can build you out a campaign to help with that and to help with the marketing. And it's grassroots marketing.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
background also, Beverly, is that I have a business marketing and management degree in
Mm.
marketing. So I use that as much as possible. I just happen to use it with tech right now because that's the easiest streamlined way to get digitally to get your information to people as quickly as possible.
Nice. Oh my gosh. Ah, this this was good because I'm hoping that people do get in touch with you, because as someone who is a marketer and someone who helps people to brand their product, I think this is an awesome tool. And I look forward to it being even more out there in the future for other businesses, but not just for your marketing, but the resources, the tap and connect. I'm looking forward to that being a huge success going forward. Now, this is your time in which you can shout out. But before we do any shout out, I want to go to the comment section, because I do see that there's so many people out there that are supporting you and have shouted out and have made comments. So we want to shout out and give them their kudos. So first of all, we got Beyond the Seed. They're a nonprofit. Beyond the Seed, yes, they the founder Yvonne Yvonne Hicks. Hey, Yvonne, how are you? How are you? How are you? You're good
I
to
see the
have
name
you
going across the
tonight.
screen. Thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you for supporting Yvonne Beyond the Sea. They're always a great supporter. They were on here a couple months ago and we interviewed her. She had an awesome testimony.
Great.
Also, we have Danae. Danae. Oh my gosh, yes. Oh, Danae. Oh, you wanna well, I know you're gonna shout out. I'm gonna leave that up to you, but I'm gonna shout out my girl, Danae. She is the owner of Banana Nana Pudding. Mm. Yes. I don't know if any of you've been there. Check it out. They're on Old York Road, in Jenkintown.
310, 310 York Road.
Is it? I'm sorry, say that again.
310 York Road, Jenkintown, Pennsylvania.
There you go.
Make sure you get it
I
right.
know.
And they have
The way how I picture it
all
is
types
she's
of
right
different
next to the pizza
variations of
shop.
banana pudding.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a banana pudding specialty shop with different variations of banana pudding, and it's the best pudding on the East Coast, maybe in the United States, but we'll get to that part. But
Woo!
it's to be desired, and you definitely won't be disappointed.
You definitely will not be disappointed. Check them out.
Yes, and
Also,
I actually have one of her cards here, where it's the same way.
wow. Wow.
So yeah,
And
so we have cards for businesses.
yes, yes. So check her out, guys. She's in Jenkintown. I know most of you probably already know her, but check her out.
She's very popular.
You won't be disappointed. And I know she has some Christmas specials going on with her puddings and other things. So check her out for and you can get her stuff for the Christmas or just for a quick snack. A cup of pudding. Listen, it's the bomb. Also, I want to shout out to my girl Francine. Francine, who is the founder of Masking the Pain. Francine, shout out to you, sis. Francine has a nonprofit that's called Masking the Pain, in which she actually provides activities and different counseling groups and stuff for people who are going through, who have lost someone, grief or pain or whatever. And that is such a undertaking. I just can't even explain how awesome she is with this. It's a passion of hers. She has an awesome testimony. So anyone who's listening, when you get an opportunity, if you want to invest in a nonprofit, invest in this one, but check her out. And if you know
I
anyone
would
with grief, yeah, this is an
I would
awesome.
love her to add herself to the directory.
That's what I was just about to say. So I will give you her number so you can reach out to her because she actually every month she has her group activity and they do all sorts of stuff where they also paint the mask and stuff like that, and she has even baskets where she gives people who have lost others. So it's a great resources for someone who's in need of, a group, and when they're grieving, they lost someone, they lost a friend, they lost a family. So check her out. Definitely go down there. Shout out to Tasha Crafton. She's going to be interviewed next week. Prophetess and a pastor. We're going to be talking. We're going to be ministered to. She's going to come with
Right.
her awesome spirit next week. Shout out to you, sis. Kevin Rogers. Hey, man. He's saying, yes, this is good. Thank you for helping the youth. So he is commented to you and giving you kudos. Um,
Appreciate it.
Yes, yes. And also shout out to Marcy Ferreira. Listen, she got her CD out today. Was it today or yesterday? It was.
Congratulations.
Yeah, she has this awesome song. I've been singing it in my head. I don't know the name of it, but Worthy Lord. Oh my God, it's such a beautiful song. You can check her
She's
out.
a gospel
Uh,
song.
Yes, but her whole background is from Africa. She's in one of the countries in Africa, and she lives here now with her and her husband. But she's a singer, and she has such a beautiful voice. So she came out with a new song today, and her song is on YouTube. My God, check it out, guys. Check it out. I have it also on the grind page. I have it on my
That
page. Check out the song. Listen, you won't be disappointed. You'll play it over and over again. It's such a beautiful song. So, shout out to you, my sister. I love you. Sending all the love to you guys. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for listening. Thank you for just taking the time to just listen. You could have been anywhere tonight, but you chose to sit and listen to the grind behind the business. And for that, I
and
appreciate
I appreciate it. Thank you guys. And the young lady you were just talking about, if I can help her with her get her music out there, you just reach out to me because I,
that's
that's what I
right.
do with my four.
That's right.
we
You
we do
do.
campaigns for singles and albums and getting artists out there and in the limelight and signed. So that's the whole purpose of music, not just to market and promotions to get artists signed and to run campaigns with them and get them more notice. So if
My
she's
God.
interested in doing it, I'll be glad to work with her and we can set up something too.
This
So
is
my
how
whole
the
thing is
kingdom
Beverly
works.
and music.
Yes. See, this is how the kingdom works. Divine connection. And the more we put the more we put out resources and information about other entrepreneurs, nonprofits, businesses, the connection. This is what God wants us to do, is to connect, the divine connection. And this is what the grind is all about. Connecting
I
others,
love it.
the
I love it.
networking with other businesses and putting out information. And the more we work together, the more God gets glorified, because there's unity there, there's a togetherness there, there's a connection, and there's a helping out of each other. And we all can iron sharpening iron. That's what I call it,
Absolutely.
right? Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely right.
Oh my God. So listen, I'm going to give you the floor to do your shout outs, and
Okay.
give you about 3 minutes to do whatever and shout out and say if you have something that you want to say, or just tell us about, this is your opportunity and time. Here's your time to do so.
Okay, I won't be long. I don't have much to say, but I just want to thank you to everybody that tuned in. I wanted to say thank you for the people who introduced me to you, Yvonne and Danae, and talk about those folks and their businesses. And like I said, my passion is just to help the youth, and like I said, I do music as well. I use the music and the youth. I work them together hand in hand. So we're helping youth and we're helping music, but we're doing it through technology, which is the Tap and Connect technology. The youth is with the bracelets and the resources, and we use the cards for music, because we don't have CD players and artists don't make money off of music anymore. We came out with the music cards as something that's direct to consumer, but you can tap the card and you can actually download somebody's entire album, and then they can keep the card as a keepsake.
Mm,
So want to know more about that and what we're doing with that, you can always go to musicnotch.com, and it will give you all the breakdown and information on how that actually works. And this is something that the music industry is going to anyway. We just are a little bit ahead of the curve. But if you want to make money off your music, you want to promote your music, I'm a person you should talk to. Like I said, if you're a youth-based organization and you're all about helping the youth and you have resources, I would love to talk to you. I would love to get you on the directory. So not only are we helping the youth, but we're also getting and promoting some of the nonprofits and getting them further out there, that people know who they actually are that
yeah.
may not know who they are. We're giving out these bracelets to the masses. And if somebody clicks a resource and you may be the first person to come up, your business, then people actually know about who you are and what you actually do. So we're just looking for more nonprofits to build with, and
Mm,
we're looking for more youth to help. And we're just out there trying to get the bracelet out there on every youth's arm. And we're just thankful that we have the opportunity to be able to do this and help in the city of Philadelphia, because I'm from the city of Philadelphia. So every day I see all the negative press and the negative about the youth and all these different things that are not always good. They get a bad rap sometimes, but we do have a lot of good youth out there. But sometimes some of these resources can put them and paint them in a better light and get them the help that they need. So that's
mm,
what we're all about at Connect for the Youth Services. And we're going to grow this out. You're going to see more from us. We're going to grow these braces out to be even stronger through
mm.
our partnerships and the people that we're working with. And just stay tuned. And if you have a chance to get a bracelet, I suggest you get one. And if you have one already, it's also a link attached to that bracelet. You don't always need a bracelet, but you can take the link and email that link to somebody, or you can text that link to somebody that you know that may need the help. So we're
Mhm.
just asking everybody to chip in, and it takes a village, as they say, to get the information out
Yes.
there. Asking all your listeners and everybody that's tuned in today if they can just put their arms around us and help us get the message out there and to help as many youth as possible. If we help one youth, then we did our job as a nonprofit. If we just help one, it's just all about if we can just help one person. So that's what we're about, and that's what we're trying to do. And I thank you for giving me your platform to be able to talk about what we do and to get what we're actually doing out there to the communities. So I thank you for having this platform.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for being on here tonight. I was so excited. I know last week we wanted to have the interview last week, which was Thanksgiving week. But and it just got it just a lot of unforeseen circumstances. But
Right.
this week I was aiming to just have this interview and have you on here as our special guest. And my God, I'm not disappointed. I am so thankful that you're on here. And listen, guys, reach out to this man. He has so much resources and he can help you in so many different ways when it comes to marketing, when it comes to even with your music. And if you are someone who may have a record label or may have artists or connection to artists, this is an awesome person to connect with. Not only does he work with artists, he will be able to help you with the tap and connect and ways in which you can use it for selling your music. Because we all
Right.
know CDs, record playing, and all that stuff is a die. That's dead. Now everything is a cloud base, and it's so
Right.
hard for people to make their money the way they used to. So would be an awesome way for that to make money. So reach out to him, check him out. And if you want to reach out to him on social media, you can actually look up Tap and Connect Youth Services on Facebook, on Instagram, and you can DM him or instant message him as well. And listen, it was awesome having you, sir. It was awesome
Thank,
having you tonight. Yes, yes,
thank
yes,
you.
yes.
And also Music Notch on Instagram and all social media too. For the
Yes.
people that are artists out there that may be interested, like you said, making money off their music. And I have
Yeah.
to say that
Yeah.
we're giving 97% back to the artist if you sell on our website. So that means if you sell it for $20, your album, or $10, you're
Mhm.
getting the majority of that money back. The streaming platforms only give you a 0.0004 per
Yeah.
stream. We're
Yeah.
giving you 97% back on if you were able to sell that download or sell your music. So I wanted to end it with that. Nobody else is doing that.
Now, is there anything else, sir, that you would want to tell us before we get off the air? Um,
Nope.
that's it. Okay.
That's it.
So you heard him. Reach out to this guy. He has awesome resources, marketing again. And I'm looking forward to seeing you guys next week. Our special guest
Yeah.
next week again will be Tasha Crafton. And I am so excited to have her next week. She's a pastor and a prophetess. So she's coming with the good juice, the good word. And so tune in next week. You want to be inspired, you want to be uplifted, and for an awesome testimony, tune in. Just tune into the grind every Tuesday at 6:30. And of course, if you want to reach out to me or you're interested in being on the grind, you can check me out on www.bsf designs llc.com, or you can email me on the grind biz, at gmail.com. You can also call me at 267-279-9348. Of course, BSF Business Design is the sponsor, and I am the owner. So, anyone in need of their business goal to be met, hey, I'm that girl. So, check me out on our website, www.bsfdesignllc.com. Check us out. All right, without further ado, it's time to go. It's time to leave, you guys. You were so awesome for supporting. Check us out on YouTube. Check us out on Spotify. Also, iHeartRadio. My gosh, even Instagram. We're live. Yes, sir. So, all right. See you next week, God willing. Bye now.